Hello, beautifuls. I have been trying to make this video now for the last 2 weeks, okay? And I'm just gonna ask openly, you know, may Mother channel through me as she see fit, because I've been trying to have it. I've been trying to have it be kind of structured, and I structure out my videos in some kind of way. Even when I go on Clubhouse, I kind of have like a bullet point of things I want to say, and I just can't get this done. And I know that it is because, oh, y'all, my gut is in butterflies. But I know it's because what I want to say is immersed in nothing but feminine energy, right? It's immersed in so much feminine energy that nothing masculine can come out of it, right? And that includes for it to be structured, or for it to be controlled, or for it to even have rhyme and reason, right? Reason and logic is masculine, right? So it's really for croning black women to hear. Like, it's truly a message for croning black women to hear, because it's not gonna make sense to anybody else. For black women who are able to tap into that divinely feminine energy, and because I can't make it make sense. It's not any room in this message for masculinity, and not that masculinity makes things make sense, but it offers reason and it offers logic, and reason and logic is something for people who are as the good book says, who are of this world, and black women are in this world, but goddamn it, we are not of it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm a slow walk this one. And just allow what I have to say to just, freely flow. I want to name this that I'm not your sis us, because this epiphany and I have come to plenty, right, over the last couple of weeks. But this one is specifically about gender and sex and feminism and masculine and feminine energy, right? So I wanted to center it around this LGBT community being wicked and black women missing it. And at this point in my life, as I said, this message is for crones. It's for crones. It's for actual physical crones, and it's for croning black women only. So, it's not here to make sense. It's here to be felt, right? And I have come to the conclusion over the last couple of weeks that the feminine principle, the divinely feminine principle, is only in black women, right? That everything outside of black women, this is why it's such an attack on black women's femininity, right? This is why it's such an attack. This is why black women think they have to figure out what femininity is and try to figure out, we need somebody else, males specifically, to tell us what femininity is. When everything of this world outside of black women, especially as far as humans are concerned, is masculine. Everybody. Everybody outside of black women are masculine. Are the masculine principle on earth. And not only that, I'm really struggling to say some of the things that I'm gonna say, because it sounds so, not only is everything or every people outside of black women, right, masculine, but every person outside of black women are here to be of use to black women. And we have not begun to use that power. And because we have not begun to use that power, the males, all of them, want to steal it from us. And not only the males, right? The masculine principles. the masculine principle is male. But, also, non-black women are very, very jealous of that. And that's why I said the divinely feminine principle, right? It can only be found in black women. It is in black women. It is of her only, right? And everything else is kind of like, it's kind of like black women sit as goddess on earth and everyone is here to be of service. And somehow we forgot it. And because we have forgotten it, we are allowing males to tell us what femininity is. And that's in every aspect, but especially in the trans community, right? Because in a patriarchal society, the one with the dick makes the rules, right? And it took me, besides hearing about trans beating up black women, for them fucking the same males, right? Besides hearing about trans like literally fucking black women up, and I mean like with fucking 2 man fists 6 feet tall with a motherfucking wig on and some titties, okay? Fucking black women up, like physically fighting black women. Besides hearing those stories and just being stunned by them in the hood, I don't really come in contact with trans people. And not only that, I'm a very solitary woman, right? I do try to live as a crone. So I don't really have that much human interaction in general. Like most of the time that I want to really be around humans, it ends up online because I want to talk to crones and I want to be open with my sister. And I truly believe, I told you ladies, one of the people that I follow and one of the people that I admire was Dr. John Henry Clark. And one of the things he said, travel with thy equals and thy betters. And I literally try to always try to travel with my equal and thy betters. And most of the women that I have met on Clubhouse and some of the ladies who have messaged me, I know that they are my betters, right? And I want to be around them as often as possible. I want to hear their knowledge. I want to learn from them, and I also want to validate them, and I also want to just give them their flowers, and that's something I don't mind doing. I have met some brilliant black women who are divine, and they remind me of my own divinity, and that's really who I want to be around. I only want to be around my equals and my betters. So I really don't. I'm really solitary. I go out with my daughter and we eat, and me and her kick it. And yeah, that's it. That's the end of my life. I try to figure out how to use my masculine energy to create some physical wealth over the next couple of years while we still got a chance, and that's it. So I really don't talk to non-black women that often, besides when I'm trying to cultivate the kind of lifestyle for myself that I want, and I want them to be of use. And I have and I have never had a problem using people. and not using people like I have always known that people were supposed to, the rest, what is the word? The only word I could use is the fucking lessers. Like, y'all want to say muggles? Like what? Like, I always knew the lessers were supposed to be of use, right? So I always knew when I dated black males that they were supposed to be of use, right? And then as I started to transition out of dating black males, the white males were still supposed to be of use, right? If he was going to be up in my face, he was going to be of use. I later found out that if you don't fuck white men, you can get more out of them. Right? So if you don't date them, you can get more out of them. So I stopped fucking them too, right? And when I'm dealing with people other than, my equals and my betters, right? I always try to figure out a way for them to be of use to me, right? Because that's what they're here to do. They're here to be of use to me, and they're here to be of use to croning black women. And I think that it is wise for black women, croning black women especially, to live in that kind of birthright, right? And I'm not saying that we won't be fair, right? I'm not saying that we will be harsh, but what I'm saying is, in the position that we are in life right now, everybody should be of use. You should be trying to figure out how everyone can be used to better your position in the realm, in this physical realm right now. With that being said, I don't really talk to people. So I'm on Clubhouse, and I really don't go in rooms with the niggas at all. Like, if I don't get up on the stage with the niggas, if they like, if it's a conversation where I can enlighten black women, I'll jump up on stage and say my piece. But as far as arguing back and forth with apes, I don't do that because I know that they are trying to absorb my energy, right? So I don't do that until I was in a room with trans, and I kept on commenting in the comments, because what I want the trans to do, and I don't give a fuck what y'all call them, they fucking trans to me, all of them, is all the trans women are titled trans to me, and the trans men, if they black, if you're a trans woman, if you're a trans man and you're a black woman, you you are really, 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 just completely and totally like, denouncing your birthright in this realm. And, it's a slap to the face to the divine mother. And I'll touch on that, as I get deeper into the LGBT talk. But anyway, I went in the room because they were talking about a trans woman getting her ass beat by a bunch of boys, a bunch of gay males, right? And as I went in there, I really went in there to troll. Sometimes I troll, y'all, I must admit. When I'm bored, I go on the internet and in the webs, and I troll. And I really went in there to troll because I felt like it was, like a bunch of niggas fighting, right? I felt like, niggas was doing what the fuck they do. They be violent, And not only that, I also felt like throwing a little tease in there, like you had the potential to be a male in this realm, that, patriarchy is supposed to be leading, and you decided to be a woman because you're really lazy. You want to be lazy and rest in the femininity that you don't have, nigga, right? So I went in there to kind of slyly, throw that in there, and it was a ape on stage. All of them was apes, so we gonna call them apes in dresses, and we gonna call them apes, right? So it was an ape on stage talking to the apes in dresses, and then the ape in dress was like, but you deal with trans women. And then my comment after that was like, that nigga gay. Like my comment immediately was like, that nigga gay. He don't want to admit that he, like getting fucked by boys or like sucking dick, right? And I told you this is going to be a very, very vulgar video. But this is what the fuck I got today. So I'm like, that nigga's gay. And that was early in the conversation, right? And as I continued to say some of the things, I said, like, I wanted the trans, right? Because everybody gonna be of use to me, right? I wanted the trans to start to force the apes out the closet. That's what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to start, being males, right? To being apes with titties, and right, using masculinity to force the apes out the closet. Like, y'all, let the black women in this room know that all these niggas is fucking gay, okay? Like, just tell all the women that they like fucking y'all, and let black women know that y'all mostly got dicks, right? What is it? Like, how many, it's like 0.1% of trans women, actually get the hole put in, right? And I'm gonna call it a hole because I'm not gonna disrespect Native women. I'm not gonna disrespect Native women and say call it a vagina or a pussy or a coochie or a cat. It's a hole, right? And so none of them really get a hold. They all keep their dicks, and not only they all keep their dicks, but males like the dick, right? Because we're a dick worshiping world, and we're not the only ones that's fucking dick obsessed. The males are over there dick obsessed, and they be wanting dick, right? And that's all the males. That's all of the males be wanting dick, okay? But we talking about black women. The majority of black women is still, sleeping with apes. And I'm over there telling them apes in dresses like, y'all, force these niggas out of the closet. So my sister can see, like, not only are you dealing with the fucking poorest men on earth, you're also dealing with the gayest men on earth. Like, you gotta, it's time to go, sis. It's time to pack your bag. The niggas ain't it, right? And as I'm, commenting, the trans keep on inviting me up, and I'm just like, at first I'm trying not to go up because I'm like, I know that they want to bait me into an argument, right? They want to bait me into some kind of talk where they can label me as trans and as transphobic and toss me. And that's what trans people do. It's, trans women, they want to label you as transphobic and then basically silence you as a woman, because that's something that males like to do. Males like to silence women. That's a trait of males. That's a trait of fucking ex-wives. They like to silence women. They like to shut women up, and they especially like to shut black women up. And let me say that. They especially like to shut crones up. These apes, the apes in dresses, males in general can feel that kind of energy on black women. And that kind of croning energy that they feel on black women, some of them decide, and in my experiences, most of them have been white males that I have not fucked or I don't have any romantic interest in. Even if they may have had some in me, I don't have any romantic interest in them. So when they feel that kind of croning energy on me, they want to be of service, right? And I guess that's gonna be the if any of the males is decent, y'all. I said I was headed towards misandry, and it was the crone in me. It was the crone in me deciding that all of the males, are fucking garbage and they should all be of use, right? And I'm here, damn it. I'm here. I'm at misandry's door, and I'm moving the fuck in, right? And I know that that's going to have some black women decide not to really be over here, and that's fine. That's fine. But over here, the males are to be of service or to not be here. Okay? The males are going to be of service for croning black women, or they're not going to be here at all, right? Because if they here, then they in the way. Either you're gonna do the work for me, right? Or you're gonna get the fuck out the way so I can do it myself, and I can do it myself and not fucking die doing it, right? Because if you here and I do it myself, then I'm gonna die. But if you're not here, I can do it myself, and I can flow in and out of feminine and masculine energy and just, live my life, right? So anyway, the males rarely, but they're always white males will be of service. And sometimes the gay males kind of confuse me, right? The gay males kind of confuse me, and we'll talk about that because, I am a croning black woman, but I am in spaces with actual crones, and as I said, I travel with my equals and my betters, and some of them know better than I do, right? Because some of the women that I talked to was just like, praying, what the fuck was you even doing on stage with them fucking apes and dresses, girl? But anyway, so sometimes the gay black males, I feel like they could be of service to black women, or they are of service to black women, because when I was on stage, right, with these fucking apes and dresses, there was a gay black male that kind of came to my defense and tried to clear up some of the things that I had said, and like, for instance, the ape and dress kept on asking me, so if you saying, because I said flat out, I said, listen, I know y'all not on this app saying that niggas who fuck trans are straight. Like, y'all not over here doing that, are y'all? And that was when they really wanted me, they really wanted to beat me up. Like, I know when nigga energy want to fuck me up. Like, I know that. Like, usually I'm out the room, I'm out of the space, when I used to be in same spaces and physical spaces as black males, right? I know when, I know when a nigga wanna fuck me up, like, and it's most times. And as I was saying, usually a male is gonna be of service to, and he's gonna not be black. Indian men have also been of great service to me too. And, for the maidens and the mothers over here that's, you want a husband and you want to be around men. I'm telling you, y'all need to look at those Indians. I know they be out in their country shitting in the street, but they come over here and they clean themselves up well. God damn it. And not only that, they are surpassing white males in wealth. So, sis, if you start looking into those Indians, right? And they love being of service, right? So if a male is not going to be of service, right, he wants to destroy that croning energy. When he feels it, and they all feel it. They all know when a crone steps into the room. They can all feel it. All males, regardless of his race. He knows croning black woman energy. And a small number of them, non-black males, will be of service, and all of the rest of males want to destroy it. All of the rest listen, see, this is why I said divestment and divesting black women are not going to always be crones, because that's a reality that we have to deal with. That all males want to destroy crone and black woman energy, right? And that includes white males and black males and Indian males and I guess white, black, and Asian. That's in the United States of America. If you are over here and you are a black woman listening to my content, over here we got 3 races: you're white, you're Asian, or you're black, and that's all we got over here. I know in other countries, like, it's everybody is a different race, but look, over here you're gonna be white, you're gonna be Asian and Indian, or you're gonna be black, right? So all of those males are going to be trying to destroy crone and black woman energy. And black males are going to be the most harsh, because black males are in closer proximity to black women, and black males are in worship of non-black men. So something else that I had to sit with for a little while is the fact that black males are used by the rest of the world's males to be black women's handlers, right? It's why they kill us every 5 hours and nobody does anything about it. Black women screaming from rooftops, hey, listen, they killing us. And, the white males mind their business, the Asian males mind their business, because, that's their job. That's their job in this patriarchal society, to keep black women in check. And when we get out of line, to murder us. That's what the fuck they here for. I'm telling you, black males are just, as we used to say back in the and I know that most croning black women are women who were originally pro black, and I have realized that in private counsel with a lot of the croning black women that I speak to. We have done our history lessons, right? And back in the day, we used to say it was a tool of white supremacy, and black males are a tool of patriarchy supremacy, which wants to eradicate croning energy. Okay, so that we clear on that. Now, look, let me repeat what I said. Black males are a tool of the patriarchy that is here to eradicate croning energy. You got it? So with that being said, now that I'm clear on that, right, it aids me in moving a little bit more carefully in this physical realm, right? And I can tell you why, right? The reason why is because the black males are empty vessels, right? There's nothing in them, so you can put whatever you want into them, except love. Obviously, you listen, sis. Don't run over there thinking that you can love these niggas into being and acting right, right? Their vibration is low vibrating, and it's probably the lowest vibration, which is self-hate, right? So they are self-hating, and they are they're unconsciously suicidal, right? They unconsciously or subconsciously suicidal. They don't want to be here. They are self-loathing. And somebody that's like that, they like empty vessels. You can put anything into them. So the patriarchy decided to fill them with hate and use it to to eradicate croning energy. And that's where the fuck we at. That was something else I came to. Back to, the trans, right? And LGBT community. Let me touch on lesbians, right? Because, a lot of lesbians, right? Especially those butch lesbians, those, masculine projecting lesbians, right? I don't know how they became so fucking such fucking male worshippers, right? I don't really get it. Because when I used to be in pro-black spaces, like those fucking butch lesbians used to be really, really serious, about black male being oppressed in the white patriarchal society, right? And I never got it, right? Because they were lesbians, and not only were they lesbians, they were masculine lesbians, and they were so pro-black male, and I never really got it. But it's a huge disservice to yourself, sis. And not only is it a disservice to yourself, it's a smack in Divine Mother's face, right? Because in ancient times, right, when it was only us, right? When it was only us, and this is what we're talking about when we're talking about two-spirited, right? And when we're talking about two-spirited, like, I just want to get rid of a whole lot of fucking fallacies, right? A whole bunch of fucking lies that have been said to black women. And I want to shout out Berry Girl Finn, that's her name on here. I won't share her Clubhouse name, but she said that black women were being gaslighted by the whole world. And I look, sometimes when I feel, at first I felt like I was being paranoid, right? When I started to think like, wait a minute, it felt like everybody was okay with black women being harmed. And not only were they okay with it, but they kind of, put their signature on the paper to, help it happen. And when I shared that in a private Clubhouse space, and I deleted that, I removed that room because it was so, it was so pivotal and where I am right now. I said that, and I said I thought that I was like being paranoid, and she said no, everyone is gaslighting black women. The whole world is gaslighting black women, and that just sat in my spirit. Like I was like, oh my gosh, the whole world is literally gaslighting black women. And I just felt like, damn, that's fucked up. So anyway, that was something I wanted to say, because when I'm feeling a way, right, and I want to say it, I feel the gaslight, right, that someone's going to say, and I said it plenty of times in my videos, like, this sound crazy, right, but listen, people been telling me that my whole life, praying, you're crazy. My brother literally used to wake up when we lived together, and he used to be like, what kind of nut shit you on this morning? Like that was the first thing, because I would share with my brother the things that I was thinking. Like I would go to him and I would be like, listen, this is what's happening, and he'd be like, what kind of nut shit you on this morning? Like, what? Come on, brain, come on, tell me what kind of nut shit you got going on in your mind right now, right? And that was gaslighting, right? He was invalidating what I was thinking. And that happens to black women a lot, and it happens to me very often, and it has silenced me in the past, but I'm not allowing it to silence me anymore, because I realize that what I have to say is for croning women only. And if it's only 20 of us, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't need for all the black women to hear me. I need for crones to hear me. for women who want to live in their croning energy. And I need for them to hear me, and you know, they always don't have to have physical proof, and they always don't have to have it proved in a physical realm, because they are deeply spiritual, and they know that when they hear it, that it's true. So here we go. Lesbians, goddamn it, if you over here, because I'm putting LGBT in the title, because listen, this is a call to the crones, and if you have gotten this fucking far, sis, you might have a little bit of croning energy in you, especially those fucking butch lesbians, right? The LGBT community is fucking demonic as fuck, right? And most things that is demonic is a direct attack on black women, right? So imagine you being an LGBTQRS space and you are the only black woman. right? Because you got, and everyone is impersonating you, mind you. So in this LGBTQRS community, you got lesbians, right? And then you got white lesbians. You got black lesbians and you got white lesbians. I don't know what the fuck the white lesbians be over there doing. I don't know. But I do know that the gay white males are impersonating black women. The black gay males are impersonating black women. The trans men and the trans women of both races and every race is impersonating black women. And I know that you have to be sitting there in your divinity and thinking, what the fuck is going on? I know that you have to be sitting there in your divinity and like, what the fuck is going on? Everyone in here is impersonating me. Everyone in here is impersonating me. And then when I ask you as a lesbian black woman, you know, who you are to identify yourself, and you say that you are them and they. What, sis? You're sitting in a room identifying yourself as them and they, and everyone in the room is impersonating you, and you don't, no alarms go off in your head, sis. And when I say sis, this is SIS, right? To my sister, to my lesbian sister. As you sit and you don't want to identify yourself as a black woman because you eat pussy, right? Because you eat pussy and you don't like your titties. Like, you don't like your, listen, everything that makes you a woman, you don't like. And that's for black women in general, right? We don't like sagging titties. Even though that's, you know, a sign that you are a woman who has lived life for a little while. And if you had children, you have sustained life. Okay? So you don't like sagging titties. You hate your fucking period. And let me tell you something. I've always been a very, very weird woman. I ain't gonna get all into the details right here in this clubhouse, but I have always loved my period. Always. I have always loved my period. When I come on my period, I feel like a fucking goddess. When I'm on my period, besides the being tired, the back, the cramping, like I always felt and I always feel powerful when I'm on my menses. Always have. And I have taught my daughter to not hate her period. Right? So, anyhow, you're sitting there as a black woman, hating everything that it is to be a black woman, and everyone in the room is impersonating you, and you don't feel like, wait a fucking minute, damn it. This shit is, these people are fucking demons, and they are sucking the life out of me. And they are sucking the life out of me. And I'm aiding them by identifying myself as them and they, right? And at worst, becoming trans male, trans boy, trans man. Like, no, let me tell you who you originally were, right? So, we have heard the story of the two-spirited people, right? Well, originally, two-spirited people, or two-spirited women, right? Two-spirited females were originally those women who truly mastered how to ebb in and out of feminine and masculine energy, right? And they kind of looked androgynous, right? And they were the women who acted as the masculine principle because they so easily flowed out of feminine energy and into masculine energy, right? So here you are, a lesbian woman, right? Probably a descendant of those two-spirited ancient women. Those two-spirited ancient women, right? Who who originally learned and mastered how to flow in and out of feminine and masculine energy, and how to use masculine energy. And if those women today lived in their divinity, those would be the women who were able to, and not just lesbian women, right? But women who truly knew how to flow in and out of their feminine and masculine energy. Those women would be the women who would be protective of croning energy, right? And would be a sentry or a safeguard or a shield to those kind of women in those kind of in private spaces for Black women, right? Because they are able to flow in and out of masculine energy. They are able to figure out how to protect, right? And how to shield croning Black women. And you are denouncing, you're sitting in a room full of everyone, all these fucking demons impersonating you, and you don't want to be yourself. Right? And you don't want to be who the fuck you are. You don't want to be a woman because society has taught you as a lesbian, as a masculine presenting woman, or a woman who is, or an alchemist, right? Who is able to flow in and out of that kind of energy and physically look the part, right? Because, you know, sometimes those lesbian, them butchy Black women, you know, y'all do be looking like boys. I'm a give y'all that. You know, I'm admit it. You know, y'all be very androgynous looking, right? And you're able to flow in and out of that kind of energy, and you are sitting in a room denouncing who you are as a Black woman, and allowing everyone else to steal your essence and to eat off of you. And, you know, sis, you listen, you must do better. You must do better, okay? Even you over in your LGBTQRS, first of all, as a lesbian, as a Black woman, they are beneath you, right? The LGBTQRS, you know, community, they are beneath you, like most things, and like most people, are going to be beneath you. And I'm talking to croning lesbian women, right? I'm not talking to, you know, Black women who, decided the meal's so unsafe. And I think that we got one roaming amongst Clubhouse, right? You know, who hates being a woman and have decided that males are unsafe. So she decided to, just go over there and start eating pussy. You know, I'm not talking to those Black women. I'm talking to croning Black women who happen to be lesbian. Sis, you must start identifying as you are, and you are a Black woman, a croning Black woman. You're not a them or a fucking they, and it is offensive to you to have everyone else in that space impersonating you. That's offensive. That's offensive. And not only is it offensive, it's demonic. It's demonic. Anything that is trying to be or impersonating Black women and it's not a Black woman, it is demonic. It's very, very hateful, and it is to erase the divinely feminine principle on earth. And that's you. That's you. That is feminine, croning Black women, and also two-spirited or Black women who are alchemists. And all Black women who are alchemists are not masculine projecting, and they don't look androgynous, and they don't, look like niggas. But, some of those alchemists have truly learned how to be in and out of their energy and to, also be ultra femme, right? And I know that if you're a croning Black woman and you an LGBTQRS, I know you have to feel it. I know that you have to feel it when you're in those spaces. Like these people are fucking demons, and they are absorbing my energy. They're fucking sucking the life out of me, learning how to be me, learning how I walk, learning how I talk, and yeah, these people are fucking energy vampires, and sis, you're better than that. you're better than sitting around to be accepted about just who the fuck you like to fuck. Especially as a lesbian black woman that like to sleep with like to sleep with black women. I mean, who don't like to sleep with black women? So, you don't let those fucking people embarrass you about the sex that you choose to have and allow them to use you in a way that is not beneficial to you as a croning black woman or to your sister who may be heterosexual croning black women or even bisexual feminine black women, croning black women, to sit in a space and allow them to suck you dry is just, it's an abomination. Okay? It's an abomination. So that was my part on the LGBT community, specifically black lesbians, croning black lesbians, if you over here, sis. I know it's very hard to speak up in these times when males are silencing black women. I know that, it's very hard to speak up, right? As I said, I was inside those rooms and them fucking boys with tits, so back to what happened, in case you missed that room. Maybe I'll put it back on my profile. I gotta go find it because I took that shit off my profile. Because first of all, I went in there to be a troll, and then once I was silenced, I was like, okay, you don't get to draw the picture of as the black males do. One thing a nigga gonna do, even the ones with titties and in dresses, they are going to tell a black woman's story and miss the context, right? So I said, well, they asked me, so if he's not heterosexual, well, what is he? And I said, what the apes be telling me all the time. I said, well, sexuality is a spectrum. Sexuality is a spectrum, right? And apes get to live on that spectrum too, right? So they don't have to identify as straight or gay. They can come up with another term. And this is why I said, those fucking gay black males, they kind of confused me, right? Because when I said it was a gay black male that came up on the stage and he was like, she's saying that they are trans attracted. And basically he said it like, y'all know what she's saying. Like, stop gaslighting her. Y'all know what she's saying. She's saying that they are trans attracted. And that is the term that she's looking for, but she's not in this community, so she I didn't know what the fuck to call her. I just knew it's not heterosexual. That's what the fuck I knew. And he kind of came and was like, look, like, stop gaslighting her for real. And I told him, I said, and I really appreciate you saying that. And there's also a gay guy on this YouTube, and I don't listen to him. I never listen to none of his videos. I don't know why something in my soul just won't let me listen to shit that he gotta say. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll pop up in one of his clubhouse rooms to see why I don't really want to be in none of his spaces. And I think I will do that. But the black women love him, right? He talks divested talking points. They all add him to all of their clubhouse rooms. Some of the ladies on here that were the original BWE and divested women, they be on his show and they invite him up on their show and they like besties and shit. I don't listen to shit he gotta say. I don't listen to shit he gotta say because he's a fucking XY. He's a black XY. And first of all, no XY can teach me shit. And no black XY can teach me a motherfucking thing because they're too fucking hateful. So I don't go into his space. But it's a lot of black women co-signing him. So maybe gay black males, in my experience as a black woman who has had gay black male friends, and I have a cousin who is a gay black male, and if it is an ape, and I call him an ape, he know he an ape, right? If it is an ape that I do allow in my space, it is him, right? And usually when he knows that he's in my space to be of service. I need something done around my house, I might call him. And then I also, I had two gay best friends in high school, and they also were of service to me. So The gay black males are a little bit confusing to me, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. The crones can help me understand that. The actual crones. But anyway, there was and there was a gay black male that came and tried to defend me, and not that I needed any defense because I was on the fucking Clubhouse, right? And I know the apes gonna and now I know the apes gonna gaslight black women, and I know that I've always known the apes gonna gaslight black women, right? But I felt like since they was trained, look, I should have known that just because it's an ape in a dress don't mean that it's not no ape. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's an ape that's beat to the gods. And you know what? Them fucking apes, them fucking tranny apes, look, tranny, Miss Archduchess call them transformers, look, whatever the fuck, then they call me, listen, this ape in a dress with his face beat to the gods, because putting on makeup, as I said, is masculine. To be able to do that artistry on a face is fucking masculine energy. And I'm not saying that black women who do makeup are fucking masculine. I'm just allowing you to know that that's why they are so good at it, because it's masculine energy, right? That's why they're able to transform their fucking masculine faces, their male faces, right, into women faces with fucking makeup, because they are, to do that is to be in masculine energy. So, anyway, this ape that had titties and was beat to the gods and had a dick, because when I said, listen, y'all not gonna sit up on this app and tell me that y'all don't be fucking niggas with y'all dicks. And then that's when I was muted and put off the stage. I was muted and put off the stage as soon as I said that. As soon as I mentioned they got dicks. Okay, because if you got a dick, you a fucking male. If you got a dick, listen. If you was born with a fucking dick and balls, you're a male. Okay? And don't come over here talking about intersex people, bitch. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm talking to the people who this video might attract, that really want to sit through 47 minutes of a crone talking to fucking crones to detest what the fuck I'm saying. Bitch, I'm not talking about fucking third sex people. I'm talking about fucking trans, born with fucking testes and a little fucking dingaling. You're a fucking boy, Damon. Okay? So, anyhow, as I was saying, they had, they wanted to be physically violent, as most apes do. And once I mentioned their dingaling, they put me off stage, girl. Girl, they put me the fuck off stage, and they fucking muted me, and I kept on raising my hand, like, because you're trying to tell my story without context, because one of them fucking trainee apes went all the way to the beginning of the comments, because I had said, they was like, no, you're saying that we are men. And I tiptoed around it, and I'll never do that again. Yes, bitch, I'm saying that you're a fucking male. And you know you're a fucking boy. And you know that you're a fucking boy every time you go to stand up to piss. Okay? You're a fucking boy. To my lesbian croning sister over here, baby, you can take them titties down all you want, but you know you're a fucking girl when your period come on. As a matter of fact, one of my, I actually do have a friend who is, considers herself, and I had to pull her in close about it, right? Pull her in close about it and let her know, like, you can say whatever you want, but you a fucking girl. And I handed her a box of tampons, and she was like, she was low-key offended. But listen, just like them boys in dresses know that they fucking boys when they go fucking pieces, when that fucking period come on, you are a fucking girl, okay? You are a fucking woman, sis. And to your boys over here with faces beat to the guards, and y'all looking really fish, as you like to say when you low-key insult women, right? As fish as you like, bitch, you stand up and piss, okay? And if you really want to prove something, you let your dingling and balls sit in water as you sit down and pee, okay? So you just anyway. So I think that kind of wraps up, you ain't my sis. No, that does not wrap it up, right? Because I'm supposed to be telling you why you're not my sis, right? And you're not my sis, because, your transition is based in being anti-divine feminine principle, which is anti-black woman. And as we go over to the manosphere and we see them flipping everything upside down and calling feminine energy masculine, right? To be loud is masculine. To be chaotic is masculine. To be out of control is masculine, right? And all of those things are actually feminine. that's actually feminine, right? To be loud and to be a siren, that's a feminine archetype, right? So they switch all around because they really like boys, right? Most males like boys, and look, as a woman who, you know, I wish that I could master, and I work on it. But all I can do with my masculine energy is I can be protective of myself and my daughter, and as I already said, croning black women, right? And I can learn how to make money, right? I do use masculine energy to make money, right? To gain the material things that I want in this realm, right? But for the most part, I'm a extremely feminine woman, right? And as an extremely feminine woman, I like extremely masculine men, right? I like men who are well controlled, right? I like men who are able to fucking think fast, bitch. Come up with a fucking conclusion to my problems fast. Like, that's the number one way you gonna get the fuck out of my space, is if if I got a fucking problem and you a male and you cannot figure it out, I don't want you around me at all. You need to come in. I got a problem. You need to be a fucking fixer. That's what the fuck I created you for. That's what the fuck my great mothers created you for, bitch. And that's what the fuck you need to be doing, right? And as a woman who is extremely attracted to masculine energy, right? And males, I don't like bi men. I don't like bi men, and I don't like men who co-sign the LGBTQRS community, because a truly masculine male, he acts as a feminist, right? He is the true feminist, right? He sees how the LGBTQRS community is going to be harmful to NATO black women, especially, right? The divine feminine principle. He understands that, and he's protective of women, right? So he speaks out about it, and he speaks out about it in a very logical, in a very thoughtful way. It was a doctor, and I wish I knew the name of this clip, but it was going all around Facebook, and it was a white male doctor who was talking to a trans, and basically he was telling him, you're fucking delusional, right? This is what makes someone a female or a woman, and you ain't it. And he did it in such a logical way. He was a doctor, right? And it was, for me, it was like, this is what the fuck masculinity is to me, and this is how a man that I'm with should behave when it comes to bringing up, like, he should be the one to speak out, right? Because feminist, right? Not feminist. Feminist energy right now is it's being led by males, right? Right, it's being led by males. Feminist. If you're a feminist over here, sis, you need to let that shit go. That shit is beneath croning black women, right? We are the feminine principle. Nobody has to teach us anything about being feminine. And right, if we feel so threatened, we're in a position as a divinely feminine principle to have males do the work for us, right? That's what truly feminine women, we have males do the work for us, right? So that's why that doctor speaking out against trans, right? Because if I speak out against trans, they're gonna say I'm transphobic, right? But if a male is to use logic and reason to contest trans people and their fucking delusions, then he's acting as what I would think a true feminist would have done. And the true feminist A true feminist can only be a male to me, right? Women cannot be feminists because feminism has become actionary. It's become an act, right? You put on your fucking pink pussy hat like these dumbass white women, and you go out and march and you yell up in men's faces and you yelling at men and cussing them out. That's not feminine. I don't have to yell at no fucking man to get him to do what the fuck I want. If you gotta yell at a man to get him to do what you want, sis, you are not feminine. That is not feminine. So you have to get up in men's face and yell at them and tell them what to do. No, you to be truly feminine is to be silent. To say, you know what, this is fucking, this scares me. And I say it. I let white males know that the trans community, god damn it, and these LGBT, this is scaring me. Zadie? No, for real, but this is scaring me. And usually, a truly masculine male usually will act on that, right? So, yeah, the feminist movement is pushing, which is led by weak males, right? It's led by weak males and white women. That's what feminism is led by. It's led by weak males who want to be in the positions of women. And let me tell you some of the positions of women that I see males in. I work in healthcare, right? And I have gotten into a little spat with a nursing supervisor because we had got into it about whatever, right? And he was a nursing supervisor, which means that he's a nurse. And I looked him dead in his face and I said, you know that nursing is a profession for women, right? Males become doctors. And I looked him right in his face just to let him know, you're a lazy ass male. You're a lazy ass male. You know that patriarchal society decided these are jobs for women, right? They allotted these little bit of jobs over here that was nursing for women. And you decided to come over here with your lazy fucking ass because you could not become a doctor or you could not become, you know, some kind of chemist and use your fucking brain, bitch, that you're supposed to do. And you're lazy and you're lazy. And one of the jobs that is always available for trans women, you know, niggas with titties, is to become a nurse, right? They can come right into the fold of nursing. And as I saw it, as I'm seeing it, right? As I work in the medical field, as I'm seeing it, I'm just, all kinds of alarms are going off in my mind. Like, oh my gosh, there's another one. Every time I see a male nurse, y'all, I'm so disrespectful. I'm telling you, because he's lazy. You're lazy. You're lazy when you start taking the jobs of women, OBGYNs, male OBGYNs. Black women never go to a male. Listen, black women never go to a male OBGYN and never go to a white woman OBGYN. Okay? Just don't do it. It's not a position for them. It was never made for them. And if you need to find a fucking black OBGYN and be very strict about her. Where I live at, I found a black woman OBGYN who had her own private practice, and everyone that worked in her practice was a black woman. The associate doctors was black women. All of the nurses were black women. The med techs and fucking the girl at the front was all black women. When I tell you I felt like home, and she put me back together again after I had damn near ruined myself fucking with the ape. I told you ladies about my issue of blood. It was a black woman and her staff that was all black women that put me back together. And not only that, when I first got sick, right, they were talking about a hysterectomy, right? And I had already decided I didn't want to have children, right? So I was like, oh, fuck it, if that's where it has to go. I mentioned that to her and she was appalled. She was appalled that had even come on the table for me. She was like, what? This black woman could not believe that I had already conceded to having my fucking womb removed. Black women seek black women doctors for fucking women's work. And you know what women's work is. Women's work is fucking women's work. To be up in your vagina, that's a woman. If it's gonna be a doctor up in your vagina, it should be a woman. Now, if you got fucking heart problems, go to a white male cardiologist. You hear me? If you got fucking breathing problems, you go to a white male pulmonologist. You hear me, black women? You know, if you got some issues, you go to a white male internist, okay? But when we're talking about women's work, go to a black woman. Never, ever, ever go to a white woman for health care. Black women never, ever, ever, ever go to a white woman for any kind of health care. A white woman, those fucking Africans doctors, them fucking Haitians, them fucking foreign black male doctors, don't do it. Don't do it. Go to a nice Indian. Go to a nice Indian, a nice Jew cardiologist. Get your heart fixed, sis. Get your heart fixed. But yeah. Anyhow. The males are lazy and they conjured up feminism to get into the spaces of women. And now their feminist movement has begun to include and to be more protective of fucking males with titties than women. Black women, get the fuck away from that shit. Feminism, what it originally was, is not what it is now. And now it's fucking demonology. LGBTQRS fucking demonology. Black women really, look, get with the crones. Find you some croning black women, and that's where you be at. That's where you be at. Everything else is beneath you and not of service to you and may be against you. So, that's my spill. I know it was all over the place. But I couldn't get no structure in it. Divine Mother was like, listen, Preem, this what we got. Let those with ears hear. Okay? So, I love you ladies. We will be meeting tomorrow, tonight, right? Because I'm going to post this tonight. So anyway, tonight on Clubhouse at 7 p.m. we will be meeting and we will be discussing the things in this video. I think I will do a little, I don't know about it being on replays because I do want other women to hear it, right? In the event that they miss it. I don't know if Clubhouse like kind of boots you if you talk about trans. Like, I don't know, how that goes on Clubhouse. So I said all I really had to say here, all the nasty shit I had to say right here, so we can kind of be a little bit more reserved without talking in Clubhouse tomorrow. So you can use other words like apes with titties. That's good. We'll be a little bit more cognizant of how we are speaking, because I do think I want the replays to stay on. I will not be allowing trans I will not be allowing apes up on the stage, but the trans can come in though, because I'm definitely putting a fucking flag inside the video. But it's really because I want the lesbian crones to get your ass over here and really understand, like, this ain't it. This ain't it. This is anti-you, sis. So it will attract, just like this video in general may attract an audience that it was not intended for. But oh well, if you are trans and you're here and you feel offended, and what you can do as a trans, if you want mother to tell you, I'll tell you, fuck it. If you are trans male and you're a black woman, you're doing a dishonor against yourself. If you're a trans man, you're doing a dishonor against yourself and the divinity in you. You need to get yourself together, right? There, I said it. If you are a trans woman You are ape like any other ape, and you need to. And the way that I tell the apes is to figure out how to be of service to black women. Okay, that's how you begin to. This is what I told black women to do with they fucking thuns. You need to figure out how you can be of service to black women, and if you want to, you need to start talking to other trans women who are very harsh and very cruel to black women, and allow and let them know that they cannot impede the spaces of black women. Okay. It's a curse against them. It's a curse against them, God damn it. And black women, start calling in your curses. Start calling in your curses. Listen, Barry Girlfriend says start calling in what's owed to you, and also start calling in your curses. God damn it. Start saying that this shit is offensive, is harmful to me and my likeness, and as a result, I no longer want it here. As a result, I no longer want to hear on earth. Okay? So, yeah, start calling in your fucking curses, black women. But if you're a trans and you just heard that, listen, that was a curse against you, honey. If you're here underneath the sound of my voice and you are a trans woman and you want to get fucking triggered, listen to this. Did you heard that? This is a curse against you, okay? Until you start to correct your fucking trans women friends and let them know that they are impeding in the spaces of black women specifically, right? And they are being harmful to black women. And their existence, indeed, is harmful to black women. Yes, it is. Just, so you start doing that, may your life always be in fucking shambles. And as one of the trans, listen, y'all don't even like each other, right? Because it was a trans, at this point, I just hop in all the trans rooms. It was a trans on Clubhouse talking about your vaginas are shitting. Like, you're not supposed to have a vagina, ma'am. You're not supposed to have a vagina, sus. Okay, that will never work. That will never work, and it's a harm against black women because they used black women, right? White male scientists, fucking wicked ass white male doctors. They use black women to figure out how to turn you into a fucking woman. Okay. They steal the wombs of black women, right? Remember when my doctor said, oh, you need a fucking hysterectomy at fucking 30 years old? What do you think they was going to do with my fucking womb? They steal the wombs of black women to figure out how to put one in you. It's a curse against you. It's a curse against you, okay? And I'm calling it in. So, if you don't want to be cursed, okay, what you can do is tell your sister or your sustrin that this ain't it. You don't get no fucking coochie. And you don't get no fucking womb. Okay? You get to put on a fucking wig. And if you want to have some titties, you get to get some fucking titties. And you get to keep your dick and keep on fucking the niggas that like to get fucked in the ass and like to suck dick of trans. But you don't get no fucking vagina. And you especially don't get no fucking womb. Fucking sicko. So, that's my piece. To my croning black women, I love you so much. I love you, and I hope that you ladies are doing well. And yeah, let's chop it up tomorrow. Well, today at 7 p.m. on Clubhouse. I'm gonna be on time. And I'm gonna play this song. First of all, it's a beautiful song. It's called King's Affirmations, and it's by a fucking black woman up there calling herself a them and a they. And then she named the song, which is deeply spiritual, King's Affirmations. Like, black women, what are you doing? Black women, what the hell are you doing? Y'all don't like being black women that bad? And I'm not talking about croning black women, my regular subscribers. I'm talking about the new women here. Like, you hate being a woman that bad, you're gonna give it up? No. No. So anyway, talk to you ladies tomorrow. Love you, and I hope you had a good weekend. Time to get back to work Monday. But yeah, we'll chop it up for a little while tomorrow. And that's that. Talk to you later.